ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2024, and we're back here in the locker room. Introducing first, me. I am Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, followed by the Beard King Picker down below, and to the bottom corner, bringing up the rear, Archie, the lovable, put some honey on it, biscuit butt. And to my right or your left, Shane Soda. I drink so much I'm getting a belly. Soda City Flips. Welcome into the locker room in the brand new year, fellas.
I think you got some whiskey with that cola, though, huh?
Drink a lot of soda. Drink a lot of soda during the live stream. Mm-hmm.
Soda Whiskey City Flips. Yeah, that's hard to say.
Gentlemen, welcome in, and ladies and gentlemen who are watching or listening, welcome to 2024. We hope you guys have had a great holiday season, and fellas, if you're like me, I'm glad that it's over. Let's get down to business. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
I didn't like we had a week off because I was having withdrawals.
It felt weird, didn't it?
It did feel weird.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of the best of, though? That came out pretty good, huh?
Brilliant.
I thought it was great.
I kind of like the fact that we were the only podcast that actually put together a highlight reel. And we got to give all the credit, ladies and gentlemen, to Archie, who does all of our show edits. And he spent an enormous amount of time editing that. And he lost it all and he had to do it again. But he got the job done and it was fantastic. Yeah. So if you
suggested he lost it, I thought he was just going to give up the whole project and when it wasn't going to come out.
So if
it came out better the second time.
Yes. If you have not watched this past year's highlight video, go right down below in our channel in our video playlist. Watch that last episode. You won't be sorry. It's about an hour long, but man, it's so good. Archie, we appreciate you putting that together, buddy.
My pleasure. But it was only 15 episodes, but it was 15 great episodes.
Yes.
So just because it's 15 episodes doesn't mean you can't put a best of for the year, fellas.
That's true.
That's right.
I think a lot of podcasts haven't done that because they're just lazy. What do y'all think?
I don't know. I heard podcasts that didn't put out an episode last week were the lazy ones. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the word.
They could have sat on the couch with me and my dogs and seen how lazy we were.
It's a shame that your laziness and procrastination leeches over from your eBay business into your YouTube channel. That's pretty sad. Come on. But anyway. All right, fellas. Pleasure to be with all of you guys again. And I look forward to this year. We're going to have big things coming to our show here in our little corner on YouTube. We've got a lot of dynamic guests coming up just in the first quarter of this year. You know, matter of fact, Archie, won't you tell our viewers who our next guest is going to be joining us here in the locker room?
We will be having Derek, hopefully Jasmine too, but from the ATL Flippers, Atlanta Flippers. And then I think a few weeks after that, we have Rod picking and punching. We have the ladies of a former podcast of Let's Do Lunch. So
that's right.
We're going to do Let's Do the Locker Room, I guess. But we're going to have Angie and Kristen. And then I think we got Sunny coming in down the line. Matt Thrifter Sifter. Still working on Craigslist Hunter, though.
Yeah.
Shane, you better work on that one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not hit that sub button to this channel, you do not want to miss those future episodes to be able to pick the brain of these special guests that we're going to be having in here. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll get a reminder when we have those guests on, as well as our regular episodes. We would appreciate that very much. Well, gentlemen, let's start this little festive occasion off. Let's discuss. There's a lot of people who watch the show. They're resellers like us. We all have our individual struggles with things. Some of us struggle with a lot of the same stuff. Being is the fact that we're starting this new year, let's talk about some good habits that we should be, or you should have in place and start following so that this time next year, you've got better success at the end of 2024 than what you had in 2023. So who wants to go first with that?
I can.
All right, go for it.
So and this is actually my main goal for 2024 is to start using sell-through rate and start building my business based off of sell-through rate instead of any other options, like how many items are actually in my store. Don't focus on make sure I list 20 items a day, but make sure I list items with a fast sell-through rate, because in 2023 for me, that was a struggle I had with not only learning what sell-through rate was as a new reseller, but remembering while I'm outsourcing that I need to use it and live by it. So for 2024, that is a habit/goal that I am going to stick with myself.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
Next.
Go ahead, Alex.
Sorry, I was muted. I had a crying baby. What new habits I'm picking up this year is to listen to Ben, and every day the first thing I'm doing is ending anything that ends and doing the list similar, which I already started. And I have sold things, like literally I had a hat that was sitting on for a while, and I changed it up a little bit and it sold within the next day. So that is a habit that I am doing every day. And then after that, listing at least 5 to 10 new items every day. Sell through rate, I don't know anything about that, Shane. I sell used vintage books, so they're all slow. And then that's pretty much what I'm doing, though, just the end and sell similar. Because I don't know, I had to do 43 today, but I still stuck with it and did all 43 of them today.
Nice.
It can work. It's a good tool to have in your belt, man.
Yeah, so that is one of my main focuses. And also just finally getting through all my death pile. I have a few more boxes of books that I have to go through, and then I can actually get out and start sourcing again. So I actually went sourcing this week and went to a thrift store and found a few items, about 3 items. So it's been like 3 months since I left the house. So I need to get out and actually find some new stuff.
Yeah,
you've been a hermit.
Yeah,
all right, Archie.
That happens when you buy in bulk. You don't have to leave. So
that's true.
Yep.
Well, I thought we were talking about habits to get to our goal. You guys gave goals. So, but the habits that I'm going to, I don't know, maybe I'll
end and list similar.
But anyway, well, I mean, of course I'm going to do all that. I mean, that's part of reaching our goals. But I think some of the habits that I'm going to start doing this year that I really haven't done in the past is I'm going to make sure that I start getting up early. I mean, one of my biggest downfalls is I literally stay up late at night in bed watching TikTok, and I need to get off TikTok because I sleep in, and I just need to start getting up early, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but some of the most successful people in the world, they do go to bed later, but then they get up early. They get up, basically at the crack of dawn, and they get their day started, and they just get motivated. And I also want to jump on the treadmill. I want to get some exercise in, because I just need to actually get my weight down. I need to start eating better. I need to actually even spiritually start doing better. I know, and that's one of the great things was I heard some of the other big YouTubers mention about their spirituality. And that's one of the things that I need to get back to is I really need to get up every morning too. And one of my goals is to actually at least try to read a chapter a day of the Bible. But I just think all that is just going to help me physically, mentally, and just prepare me for getting started with being able to start reaching some of my goals.
Yeah.
That went deep, guys, and I'm sorry, but
no, I think that's great.
Archie, I mean that means when you call me, quit cussing.
Hey. Just remember one thing. Jesus preferred to be around heathens.
Dude, he'll call me and he'll be driving and he'll have road rage when he's out driving, and I'm getting an earful of what these people are getting hit with, dude. I mean, I'm like, Lord, help him. But anyway, no, that's great, Archie. That's great, man. That's great.
I got up at 5 and stayed awake at 5, and I got all that stuff done and did a whole new YouTube video and all my shorts for the week. So
don't you feel better when you get up early and you just kind of get the day going? And it's like you just feel like you have so much day left ahead of you.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
yeah,
I get it.
I did all that. I went to the bins and everything after listening and doing 2 videos, and I went to the bins for a little bit and went and ate lunch.
I get up at 8:30 every day, fired up to answer a bunch of buyers' questions, dude. It just sets the tone for my day. You know what I mean?
I bet it does.
I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. I had one this morning. Okay, this while I was mentioning. Let me say this. I had one this morning, and this was. It looks like an old lamp, but it's a snow globe in the fashion of a lantern, and it had a nativity scene in it. Well, the question was, how tall is this? Well, anytime before I answer a buyer's question, and then for those of you watching, you might want to do the same thing if you don't. Before I give an answer, I'll either come out here and find the item, research what they're asking, or I'll go to the listing and see if I actually got that answer in the description, because we all know people don't read the description. Yeah. And then this was the case with this. How tall is it? Well, it says right there in the description that it's 9 inches tall. And I just sent that back to them. I know that's aggravating for you sellers. It is for me. It is for all of us. But you just got to do it because it's a part of the business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I try to just put a yardstick next to anything and do the measurements in the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I generally do that in clothing, but, most of the time people don't want to, it's like, how many people want to know the size of a pen if you got a cross pen listed? Not many ask you how big it is. You know what I mean? But anyway, but
you're saying you actually had the dimensions though, either in the title or the description, and they still asked?
Yes, I had 9 inch. It's 9 inches tall in the description.
Yeah, and that's what's annoying. I mean, but the thing is, we already know we can't expect ever our customers to actually read anything. But if it's rapid fire and they just keep coming, like it's literally like you want to be a millionaire and they're just asking question after question after question. Yeah. Block.
Well, have you ever noticed this? All you sellers listening, watching, put it down in the comments. How many times have you had a buyer ask you questions about an item and you oblige them by giving them the full, no holds barred answers, and they still don't buy the item? Don't they just watch your crawl? Why is that? Why is that?
What'd you say?
Why is that? Why do they do that?
Light your crawl?
Don't that light your crawl?
Can you get that book, Archie, that I gave you? What does that mean?
Yeah, get your book out, Archie. You need to read what that means. Anyway.
Light your crawl?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's a southern.
Okay, Shane, what's it mean? Because you're redneck.
No clue, man.
Okay, let's put it in modern terms.
I want to go back between rednecks and hillbillies.
All right. Yeah, I was doing it clean. I was giving you the clean version. Light your crawl, aka don't that piss you off. That's what that means. Don't that piss you off?
I understand.
You know what I mean?
No offense, but since we talked about that, I do the editing and stuff. I'm not gonna bleep out the piss you off. I'm gonna do the other one. That makes no sense. Light your crawl. I'm bleeping that out.
Do what you want, man, but it's true. When you come and visit me, I'm going to introduce you to some people, and you're going to relearn the English vocabulary. Okay?
Oh, I'm reading the book for sure. Is Hillbilly on Google Translate?
Huh?
Is Hillbilly on Google Translate?
I don't know, but we have our own language, man. It's just the way it is. But anyway,
take you to meet all them dudes from that Moonshiner show.
Yeah, that's right.
I got one other habit. One other habit that I am doing to meet my sales goals is cross promoting. So I am doing Poshmark. All my clothes are going to Poshmark, and toys onto Mercari. I have not sold anything on Mercari yet, though, but I did sell.
I've been considering Poshmark, but I haven't jumped on it yet.
Is your clothes high end enough to put on Poshmark?
Are yours?
Yes, they
are. I thought Poshmark was really high end.
I sold a farmer's belt buckle, like it's like an award for a farming company or whatever, and I sold some military pants, brand new with tags,
Really?
a devoted till death shirt,
Nice.
and
I got one of those.
a coffee mug with brass knuckles on it. So
You know,
things
you guys
still
don't have
sell.
it.
Huh?
No, I just saying I don't have one of those shirts. Everybody else does except Biscuit. But
Bless it. Bless it. Alex, you need to send him a shirt, man.
Yeah.
Nah, don't do it now because now they'll just be an empathy shirt. But hey, you said you're going to cross promote. Are you are you going to use a platform, or are you just going to do it yourself?
No, he ain't gonna waste no money on a listing thing.
If you're listening, I will use any platform that wants to sponsor me. Just reach out to me over at straightdevoted@mail.com. But as right now, because no one's reaching out to me, because you guys don't love me, apparently, I'm using Flip because it's completely free, and that's what I can afford. I'm sorry I can't afford your $69.99 plus whatever tax.
Shipping.
Plus shipping. I was gonna say that. I did that in a video today. I'm like, I said plus shipping.
They charge you shipping every month to digitally send it to you. That's why they do it, man.
You know what? One of my videos that I put out, one of them of the 3 that I put out all of last year, I did the same thing where instead of saying plus shipping, I was saying plus tax. So I had to go in and actually edit it. I had to swipe out that volume part and then me go shipping. But you see,
So, it's funny. The first thing I literally sold on Poshmark, it sold there, and then a second later, it sold on eBay. So of course I canceled Poshmark, not eBay, because I'm not messing up my eBay account.
What's everybody going to do if you're not using Vendoo when you sell something like that at the same time, and Poshmark starts instituting strikes on your account when you cancel a sale?
Yeah, but what are the odds?
It's got to be.
That's why I said, what are the odds? Well, guess what happened? The first thing I sold, it sold on eBay. Those are that's my good luck.
My goodness.
It was probably the same customer that was like, I wonder which one they're going to send first.
Let me tell you, one for me, well, it's not just for me, but it's for any reseller, is if your dread every day is to sit down and list items, and I know everybody's tendency, because I've done it, everybody's done it, you tend to put that off. Things come up during the day, especially if you have a job, that comes first. You got to go to work. And then when you get home, you should be listing. But what do? Well, I'm going to eat dinner and sit down here and catch up on the mail or check my, and then before you know it, it's time to go to bed, and boom, you didn't get anything listed. Do what you dislike the most first and get it out of the way. You'll feel better about yourself, and you don't have to keep thinking about it and worrying about it. Do what you don't like first, then move on to everything else. That's what I should be doing, what all of us should be doing. That'll nip the bud in procrastination that way.
Well, you called that out to a T for me, because that's exactly how my day went. I got up, went to work, came home from work, eBay. First listings. Got all my listings done, had dinner with my wife. Then I started doing YouTube. Now I'm here with you guys. But that's exactly what I did. The worst part of it is listing. Get it done first. Everything else is a breeze afterwards.
Yep. But how do you find that motivation though? Like when you come home from 8-10 hours of work, how do you, Shane, like come home and then you just immediately want to start listing? It's just it has to be in your nature.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to. I just know it's something. If I'm going to reach the goals that I've set for myself this year, it's something I have to do. So I guess that would be a habit, making sure, when I get off work and I make it home, do all this stuff, the first thing I'm going to do is get my listing done.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
I was just going to say, if we're going to start the day off with the thing we don't want to do the most, we're going to have to start recording this show in the morning.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
All right, hold on. Us three, let's have a little cuddle here about Alex.
Yeah.
No, but to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, Shane, like one of the biggest struggles I had last year was, going to garage sales, even going to the bins. You know, when you're out garage selling, it's usually 5-6 hour ordeal, even at the bins sometimes, or any other sourcing methods. And I always am just pumped while I'm out doing this, because we love the find. So I'm always like, as soon as I get home, I'm going to list, I'm going to do this. Guess what? When I get home, I need to eat. Then I get tired. I want to take a nap. And then guess what? Then I want to get on and see, what videos to catch up on. And then now it's a death pile. And that's one of those habits that I need to break. And I need to start forming, where I just need to get in and just get it done. As soon as I get home, nothing else. Just get into my eBay room, list it, be done with it. And that's it.
That's where I want to get to and get through my death pile / like not buying in bulk anymore, and just come home with 5 items and list them that day, right when I get home from the bins.
Yeah, I even did it Saturday. I woke up at 7 a.m., listed 5 items on eBay. Very first thing I did. Then I did yard work, all this other stuff for the whole day. Then I came in, showered, listed another 5 items, dinner, blah, 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 listed another 5 items. I just kind of broke it up throughout the day, but I started my day off with listing. So I brushed my teeth first, though. Did do that.
I do want to make this point, and this kind of harks back to, one of my first videos that really blew up. I spent that whole video, talking about building that, and here we go. I'm going to hear it, but I don't want to hear it from you guys. Building your draft bank. Listen, if you detest listing that bad, use that method and then auto drop them every day, and you don't have to. I'm just saying. If you're working like Shane does, which most of you viewers, I'm talking to you and not these clowns. If you have a hard time finding time to list, take 1 day a week, build a draft, and start drop. Ask Caleb. When I get Caleb in this podcast, he is a firm believer in my ring of doing what I'm saying. That's exactly what he does. And he just kills it. He's dropping 20 items a day using that method. Boom.
Well, I'm starting to see the light of the crawl now.
Huh?
I'm starting to see the light of the crawl. I mean, it makes sense what you say.
It's not for everybody to do it that way. And I know you're creating a digital death pile, but you're just sitting around not doing anything anyway. You're dreading listing. Well, go ahead and spend 3 or 4 hours, get 20 items listed, schedule and drop them every day. What if you can't get up early next morning and list? Have 5 ready to go out of the draft. You don't have to.
But here's the thing, and I don't know if everybody agrees with this, but the toughest part is just going into the room and doing it. Once you get that first one done, you're motivated, and you can keep doing it. Like, that's not the issue for me. It's
here's the thing comes down to, and I hate to say this. I hate to say it, but I'm going to. If making money doesn't motivate you, you are in the wrong business. Making that dollar is what brings your butt in front of the computer and listing those next items. That's the way it is for me. If you don't like making money, you don't need to be doing this business. That's what I'm saying to the John Q public.
Good movie, John Q.
Never heard of it, but I just came off the top of my head.
Who's John?
I don't know. But anyway.
Is that the guy that emailed you?
Hey, I got two more things.
I do admire you having a full-time job and doing it, but I really admire Alex, man, because for you to have a full-time or a family, and especially small kids, and man, since I've known you, I don't know how many times somebody's been sick, and it seems like there's always somebody sick.
So it happens when you have little kids.
But man, you can get it done, man. And then of course you've been, I mean, you have your system down, and I admire that. It's just, I mean, maybe that's what I need to look at. And I am saying that in front of everybody right now.
Well, I'm only coming from the point that I don't have an issue listing. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't have that hang up. I don't have that element of procrastination when it comes to listing, because, this stuff pays my bills. And if I'm not funneling new stuff in, guess what? Old Beanie J don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's a motivation.
So Alex, how do you stay motivated?
I got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
This is my only income. So
and he has a whole family depending on it.
Yeah.
You've got you and your 2 dogs, which ought to be enough because they need food
They need to
and
eat.
they need supplies.
I'm not
look
listening
good.
as much as Ben though, because I'll sit on my couch with a bucket of books and I got to research every book. So it takes a while for me to make a stack of books and then I'll come and list them. It's a process.
Your answer to that reminded me of this guy. You guys know what my career has been for the past 25 years. One of the guys that worked underneath me on my crew was afraid of heights. And I was like, dude, how do you do this job if you're afraid of heights? And he's like, I'm afraid of not eating even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, his motivation was, I know I need to make money to feed my family and things like that. But that's exactly what you reminded me of. This dude was terrified of heights, and he climbed his ass up those towers every single day to make sure he could take care of his kids and wife.
So he did what he had to do to get the job done so he could put food on the table.
That's right.
Yep.
What more motivation does one need, fellas? Seriously.
Get your asses up that tower.
That's right. We had a saying, shut up and climb. I'm going to start telling you that every time you're telling me you don't feel like listing. I'm going to say, Archie, shut up and climb.
That's it.
I'm going to climb up to my bed.
Hey, I can tell too, every time I call him on the phone or he calls me, I know exactly where he's at in the house by his tone of voice.
This isn't a pick on Archie, Dave.
I know exactly where he is, man. You don't even have to tell me.
All
But
right,
anyway,
Fabio.
I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
I'm going to put the pictures of you as Fabio. You don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
He looks like, you guys ever see Lion Witch in the Wardrobe? He looks like Aslan, the lion.
All right. Hey, I got a couple more things that I want to share to other resellers out here watching is two things, especially if you're new or maybe you're not even new. Maybe you just started last year. Let me tell you 2 things that you should highly consider changing. Number 1, don't set your store up if you have a store or even if you don't have a store. Don't set your store up to do no returns because at the end of the day, it does not matter. If somebody wants to return an item you've sold them, eBay is going to grant it and will supersede you every time. So you are wasting your time listing anything with no returns. Number 2, do yourself a favor. If you want better account health, not everybody can do this, keep in mind, but if you can do this, I suggest you do this. Do 1-day shipping. I've seen a lot of sellers who do 3 and 4 and 5-day shipping. That's fine. But when you find something you really want, aren't you in a hurry to get it? And what do you usually do? You usually pay a little bit more to get it quicker. Well, you got to think like a buyer. They want it quick. When I went back and looked at all my feedback, guys, from last year, it was a resonating tone that I got high marks because it was shipped fast. Highly recommend, ships fast. People are looking for that. They're looking for the best customer service because these days in box stores, there is no customer service anymore. How many times have you walked into Lowe's trying to find an employee to help you find something and you end up mingling around there forever? I would do 1-day shipping if your schedule allows. It will help your account. And start offering returns, buyer pays shipping. Now, I don't do free shipping. I think that's crazy, but you can always do buyer pays for returns. But I would get away from that no returns, and I would speed up your shipping times because it's going to help your account if you do that. That would be what changes I would institute if you're a new seller coming into the business.
Well, not only that.
And number 3, I don't have a tip for you. I just wanted to point at you. So thank you. Got that out.
Hey, wait, what color pen do you have today?
Mine's
Look there,
black.
Yeller. I'm fine like
Yeller.
sunshine.
So I want to speak on the shipping time really quick, just because I did have 1-day shipping, but for me, it was starting as I started to sell more. It was starting to become a hassle because I do have a full-time job and I get up so early in the morning. I would wake up at 5 or 5:30 and see that I had 3 or 4 things sell while I was sleeping before. I'm on the East Coast. eBay time is all the way on the West Coast. So there's a huge time difference. So something sells up to around 4 a.m. my time, it still has to go out that next morning. So I wake up, now I'm having to package 4 or 5 items before I can even leave to go to work, which there makes me want, I'm like having to call and say, hey, I'm running late, blah, 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 whatever, which I have a laid back job and they don't really care. But yeah, if something was selling while I was sleeping, I would wake up, have to stop what I was doing to ship it out for next day because that is the next day.
Wait a minute.
You can change that. You can actually go in and change the time. Because I have same-day shipping, but I have same-day shipping and my cutoff is 9 a.m. So if it's not purchased by 9 a.m., then it goes to the next day.
Yeah, because with mine, like when I go to bed tonight, after it hits midnight and I make a sale, I don't have to ship it out until the day after.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's something I completely missed because I would go to bed. You guys know I go to bed 9:30ish. And if something sold at 3 a.m, because eBay time is 4 hours behind me or whatever, it's still before midnight their time. So I would have to wake up and ship it the next morning. So, but regardless, now I do 2-day and everybody's happy.
It should go off your time because that's weird.
Yeah,
yeah, it never
like
was.
Like I said, if a sale goes on me past midnight, I don't have to get it out tomorrow morning. I can get it out the next day. That's what the date it gives. Ship by.
Well, and that's cool to know because I didn't have any time frames. I didn't have any parameters set. So I was just going off of whatever eBay had set originally. So, which I'm assuming is West Coast time. So
yeah,
now I do 2-day and I can always do my shipping when I get home from work. I can package everything and then I take it with me the next morning. It's at the post office on time. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I have mine set at 2 days, but if I can get it out one day, I will do that. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you'll get a good review if you get it
Yeah.
quicker than they're expecting it.
That's right. And I want to repreface that again. Not everybody can do 1-day shipping, but if you can, you should do it.
Absolutely.
I do it every time I can. Like I have 2 packages going out in the morning that aren't supposed to go out till today's the 2nd, right? The 4th. So they're going out on the 3rd. And
yeah,
I've already been told thank you for sending these out so fast.
Yeah.
But the thing is like Ben said, make sure your account health is number one. Make sure you can actually meet those parameters. So if you are a new seller, if you can't get it out in 1 day, then do 2 days. But just know, if you can try to work your way up into getting it out in 1 day, you are put higher in search ranks. Plus, when people see that, when they're comparing you with another seller, if they can see that they're going to get yours a day sooner than the other one, they are more likely to buy yours, even if it is more expensive. So just keep those in mind, but keep your account health because that will hurt you more than anything. But also with the whole returns, you, like Ben said, absolutely turn on your returns because you are protected. Now, if you're a top-rated seller, all you have to do is offer 30-day returns. Now, if you're less than top-rated, well, actually, I take that back. If you're above average, you have to do free. You have to do free 30 days. So you have to do free. But if you're top rated, you don't have to offer free.
Nope, you don't.
That's an old one.
That's the old school, man. I'm original gangster.
Another thing, and Alex has already
postcard.
Alex has already touched on this, but the end and sell similar, folks. If you're new to reselling, there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to end and resell similar. You need to get in a habit of doing that. That rolls your inventory over fresh all the time because it gets buried in the searches. You want to refresh those listings. Don't let eBay auto relist because it keeps the same item number. Algorithm treats it as the same item. You have to end it, start over, sell similar. It assigns it a new item number. It thinks it's a new item, and boom. I'm telling you guys, you know, we've talked about that so many times on this show, even on my channel, that ending and selling similar. I always see a bump in sales when I do that. Get in a daily habit. If you can't do it daily, do it weekly. I hear some people tell me that they only do it, a few items here and there once a month. And I'm like, why? That makes no sense.
That's what I never did it.
You want to be careful with, though. You do want to be careful with that, though, if you have a higher item count store. Because remember, every time you end and sell similar, it goes against your allotment for whatever store you have. So if you have, I think, what is it, the basic, you have 1,000.
Yeah.
If you have a 300 item store and you're ending and selling similar 4 times, you've already gone past your allotment, and they'll start charging you. So be careful.
Well, here's what you can do in that to prevent that from happening. That was a good point you brought up, Archie. Is if your account is in good health, and like with me, I'm rated top rated, you can contact eBay to ask to have your seller limits increased like I have. Like right now, I've got about 1,150 items in my store, but my store listing limit is 1,000. But they booted up my allotments to where now I can resell and flip my whole store in 30 days and not go over the free listing allotment. So there you go. I don't know what Alex was doing down there, but
with sign language.
I was trying to tell him to make the heart.
Oh,
thumbs up.
But you're
is that it?
They didn't do
there
it.
You go.
Oh, that is so cool.
Magic man.
Is it the thumbs up too?
Hey guys, and I meant to bring this up backstage, and I've thought about maybe we ought to try it out. I'm not sure, but using the OBS broadcast system, because it comes with a lot of features that we can incorporate into the show, and where StreamYard is limited on plugins and add-on features, that platform of casting is wide open.
Never heard of it. OBS on my back steakhouse.
Is it OBS or what's it called? I used to use.
No.
We're going to get eggs.
OBS Studio. I have it on my computer.
There you go.
Sounds like a backstage conversation.
I've never used. No, apparently it's what all the professionals are using.
Well, when I had it on my,
we should definitely not use it then.
When I had it on my vape show,
far away from that.
When I had it on my vape show, you were actually able to pull up different panels on your screen for like sound effects. If you wanted to show a video, all you had to do is drag and drop the video in, and it would show it. It might be a possible upgrade. I don't know.
Check it out.
Make the show visually interesting, because I know everybody gets sick of looking at the 4 of us.
Could do previews of my new videos coming out. I'll do trailers.
All right.
I just want Primo Chemo's horn.
Isn't that cool?
Every time something makes me happy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. He's cool. We'll try to get him on the locker room too, by the way. All right.
Yeah, I like those guys. They're good people.
If any of you,
Thank you for turning me on to them.
If any of y'all have questions about any of the habits that
Thank you, Archie, for turning me on.
Okay.
Am I looking the right way?
You were.
If any of you guys have any questions about any of the habits that the 4 of us have discussed that you should implement into your business for 2024, please be so kind to leave us a comment down below, and one or all of us will get back in a response to you. We appreciate all the comments. It helps our channel out when you do that. Give the thumbs up, leave a comment. Even if you don't like what you're hearing, go ahead and say it. We're tough. We can take it. We're used to it. So just feel free to do it down below. Next, gentlemen, we're moving on to the next segment, which is always exciting because it's what we always like to do, and that is the find of the week. So Shane, why don't you start us off with an item that you found since we were here last?
All right, and this is going to be a bit of a bolo for probably everybody listening or watching, because nobody ever looks at neckties. But I do. Neckties can bring in huge money, because I don't know about you guys. At my Goodwill, they're 50 cents a piece, no matter what brand they are. All neckties are 50 cents each. And I found about 12 ties today. So do the math, it's like $6. But 3 of them were Stefano Ricci. And if you're not familiar with Stefano Ricci, they're about $180 a piece. Wow. So used, you can look up comps, $60 to $80 used. So 50 cents each into Just say conservatively say $60. That's my find of the week, and I actually found those today.
Wow. That's a good tip, man. Neckties.
Not everybody looks at neckties. Brooks Brothers do really well. Donald Trump does very well. You're looking
ties.
at $25 to $30 a piece on those used. I mean,
I think
I even pick up, like, because they're only 50 cents each, so I pick up all the Nautica and Tommy Hilfiger, and I just lot those up, and I sell them for $20-$25 for $5. Wow. Like, they're so cheap.
Jerry Garcia come out with ties from the Grateful Dead.
Yes.
I think
I've never found one, but he did.
I think those should be worth money too.
Dude, at my Goodwill,
I've never found one.
Shane, at my Goodwill, they got a full wall of neckties that I hadn't even. I walk by them every time I'm in there. But
I walked by them.
Start looking
yesterday.
Yeah,
apparently everybody else does too.
I think it was Evan was with me at the thrift store one day, and he's like looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, keep going, bro. I'll look at the ties. You keep going and look at shirts or whatever. Ties, dude, they're so cheap. It's easy to make money.
And in the meantime, Evan finds that $150 golf club while you're looking at neckties.
No, not always. Not always. Sometimes.
I got a closet full of neckties.
He paid $20 for his golf clubs, and I paid $3 for my neckties, and we made the same money.
That's a good bowler, man.
Yeah. Alex, what'd you find, buddy?
So I finally went to a thrift store and left the house, left my hermit shell, and I saw these pants, ugly pants that I thought they're Jankos or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All I know about clothes, the uglier the clothes, the higher the dollar is, right? If you can find ugly clothes, look them up because they're probably worth money. So if the butt on the jeans sparkles, they're worth money.
Yeah, jeweled or embroidered, any of that stuff.
Look how ugly these things are.
Yeah, they're ugly.
Yeah, those are pretty hideous.
Size 42.
We just lost a subscriber.
Def trading Imperious jeans. The sold comps are on ones that aren't as ugly as this, $80 up to $120. These ones are not listed. I couldn't find a sold comp on these, but they're uglier than anything that sold. So I'm probably going to list these at like $140 and see if I get an offer. I paid $9 for them.
Do they all have unique designs or
yeah, they're all unique designs. I haven't seen any of them listed twice.
What's the brand again?
I can't read, so I don't know. Imperium? Imperious.
He's like Lee
trading Imperious jeans.
Imperious or Impress?
Like I said, I'm dyslexic. I can't read. I don't know.
Imperious.
He's dyslexic and he sells books.
Because I don't get attached to them.
Dyslexics are people poo.
Right.
It's Caesariumpus. I read it backwards.
We lost another subscriber.
Now, Alex knows about this, so Alex, you can't say anything. But fellas, here's my find. Can you tell me what this thing is?
That looks like a shrimp puller out of the fryer.
Right?
That's golf balls out of the water.
Shane's golf balls that he hits in the water to save. You need to get that for your new golf balls.
Yeah,
but
so does flip balls.
You better not be hitting those.
Look here, it extends out to make it even. It's on a pole.
It's an extendo fit.
So you can do your French fries.
Yeah, that's shrimp.
That's exactly what I said. It's like, how does this a cooking thing?
Long range deep fryer.
Well,
when when you're cooking bacon naked, you can get from a distance in the morning and stand back like this.
Who the crap would fry bacon naked?
I do.
Well, all right. This is actually a dog
Start the morning off right.
Pooper scooper for your.
That's a pooper scooper?
No, it's not. This is called a sand dipper. A sand dipper. So, like metal detecting on the beach.
Yep.
You dig down and sift it out. So I picked this up at Goodwill today, $4.99. Comps run from $35 to $55.
Nice.
Sand dipper. I've never seen one. I thought the same thing you guys did. I'm like, man, that's a big deep frying utensil.
I think Alex is thinking what I'm thinking. Go ahead and say it, Alex. No?
Sand? What?
Oh, I
I'm
thought we were
looking
thinking the same thing when you kind of went up, because it seems like anytime you go up to your mic, like you're about to say it. And I thought we might have had the same idea. But Ben, why don't you use that to scoop your poop in a box?
Oh, that's a good idea, man. Check
No
it
one's
out.
gonna buy it after watching this.
He's gonna have to edit the description after that.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can make some good money off this.
Slightly used.
Have you ever seen anything like this though? Seriously, dude.
No, but you can buy your price so that you can work up a bowel movement, and then when you have that, then you can use that to scoop it up and put it in the box.
Dude,
I think
my waist,
golf balls out of the water.
My waist would not fit in this basket. Okay, I'm just saying. That is so gross. It's time to move on. What's the sale of the week? What is Archie? Do you have a find? Archie?
I haven't sourced in like 2 weeks.
All right, here we go.
Shut up and
I think I found some like reindeer poo that I ate, or somebody made me cookies or something, so I found those.
I think I just
All right. Let's start with the sale of the week, and Archie, please tell me it's not another set of dice for you.
No, but I did. I finally sold the last pair, so that whole deal did make me about $300, and I only paid $2.50. But no, I think I talked about this a few weeks back, but one of those Nero, I don't even know how to say the band's name, but that record. Okay, so I bought like 100 records for $80, and I found two from this band called Nero, and I listed them both for $160, and one sold. Somebody sent me an offer for $100, and I took it. I mean, I'm only in 80 cents, or probably even less than that.
I told you those Nero was good, man. I knew those were going to be good for you.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to sit there and hold out and wait for the right buyer. I mean, $100 I'm pretty happy with. I almost want to message them and be like, hey, I got another one, because it's a different title, and I'm about to say, hey, you can have this one for $100 too if you want it.
That is a good tip to write down when people are buying things, if they're looking for certain things, to actually reach out to those buyers. So like when me selling books, if I really notice they're buying all the same subject matter, then if I list again, I'll have a list and I'll message those buyers, hey, I just listed more of these books that I know you're interested in.
Great point.
Yeah.
Yep. Archie, question. If you made that much money off those dice, why aren't you going down to the Tropicana, which they're fixing to demolish, and go in there and buy all their old used dice, dude?
Because they're using them?
No, casinos cycle dice out, dude, just like they do their playing cards. I find your all's casino cards in my Dollar Tree store.
Well, what am I going to do? Go in and say, hey, can I talk to Mr. Tropicana? Sir, can I have all your used dice?
No,
I mean, come on.
Let me tell you what I do.
Small fish in a pond. They don't care who I am. They already have somebody that's already probably put a bid on that or offer to take all that.
How do you know? You go to the floor manager and you go, listen, dude, this is what I do for a living. I buy used dice in large quantities. What do you have? How do you know you might not strike it up?
Archie, just roll the dice and try it.
That's right.
Roll the dice.
Tell you what, just go. Listen. Just go down to the Golden Nugget, because it's older than the hills. I guarantee you.
I'll grow a pair and I'll go down there and do it.
You should. It didn't hurt to ask. Yeah. I mean, you might come out of there with a pallet full of dice. You're set for 10 years.
Yeah, the worst thing that can happen is you get told no and a broken nose. That's cool.
Missing fingers and everything. That take me out back. But you know what? Sorry, I don't know why I'm having a coughing fit right now. But I also found a whole bunch of used blackjack cards from the Four Queens. They're shaved on the corner, so you can't use them in a real game. So so you can't do anything nefarious at the casino with them. But I wound up picking up, I want to say like 30 decks of those cards, and I lotted them in groups of 4. Well, I've been sitting on them for probably 2 or 3 months, and now all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks, I've sold 4. I lotted them up in 4, so I sold 4 lots of those all in 2 weeks. It's like, how all of a sudden does everybody want cards? And I got them for like, I think a quarter or less a deck, and selling them for.
Think of how many decks of cards and dice that they're cycling out of there that you could cash in on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with the Hooters dice, I had two different colors. I had the orange ones, which obviously those sold out so quick because that's their iconic color. And then I had the green ones, which green makes no sense on why they had green Hooters dice. But once I sold all the orange ones, then yeah, I didn't sell them as quickly, but.
What size were the dice?
You have a great idea. It's not a bad idea to go down there because I don't know if anybody else is already going down there trying to take them, but.
You don't know? I asked what size are the dice? The size.
Like handheld size.
Jeez. Okay.
All right.
Sale of the week. Who wants to go first with the sale?
Whoa. Oh, wait. Never mind.
I went first.
I will.
Huh?
All right. You go first for me.
All right. Archie went. All right. Shane, what you got for the sale of the week, brother?
I sold the same set of golf clubs for the third time in a row. Oh, of course, my phone decides to.
Look even better. That's working great.
Come on, focus. Anyways, they're oversized Titleist DCI clubs. I've sold them 3 times now. The first 2 buyers canceled. Third buyer did not, and he actually paid more than the first 2. But they sold for $133 plus shipping, and I got $299 a club, and there's 8 clubs, so $21 in them, $133 plus shipping.
Good deal. What you got, Alex?
All right, I sold a Shakespeare complete book set of 40 books. I had it listed for $110, but it's been up there for a while. I took an offer on $80 just to get it out of here.
What was the shipping on that?
Books? Yeah,
they paid $15 to get it shipped to them.
I love media mail.
You like what? 40, probably close to 40 pounds.
No, they're small. So they're small little blue books.
Oh,
it didn't weigh that much. It only.
Put that back up again. Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I sold them for $80.
Nice.
So here's another thing that I need to start doing is writing down how much I paid for them in the listing. Like when I list them, I don't remember what I paid. Probably $40 is what I paid for them at an estate sale.
Wait, Mister, I pay a quarter a book.
Well, it was an estate sale. I'm sure it was. I'm thinking the high end I would have paid 40. If I listed them at like 110, I probably paid 40.
All right. Mine is a double whammy, which is it was a multiple sale to one buyer. You know, you've heard me talk about how I bought a Lionel train collection at a yard sale for $80 back in the late summer for $80. Yep. Sold it. I mean, dude, I've sold every bit of that's tracks, power supplies, cars, trains, engines, all of it. I've still got some track pieces. Well, I've got these big 30-inch long straight pieces of track, 30 inches long. I tried to see if I could break them down because, you know, I had to put them in not the priority mailboxes that you put golf clubs and bats in. You know, I had to take a couple of the priority shoe boxes and Frankenstein them together and, you know, made it 33 inches, I think it ended up being. But anyway, I had 8 pieces and I sold them in listings. I had 2 listings where you get 4 track pieces a piece, $74.95 per lot. One buyer came in and bought both lots together.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude, that train stuff. Listen, don't overlook trains, train track, especially if it's Lionel. Anything related to Lionel, you need to buy it because if you can get it cheap enough, because I have made some major bank on that stuff.
What about Thomas the Train?
Well,
Thomas the Train can sell.
I just bought a whole bunch at the bin. So I saw the magnet one, so I grabbed every one of them.
That's what I've sold some of those before.
Yeah, I know those sell.
Yeah, they sell good.
They're not as cool as Ben's trains, but I had the Great Value train.
What year were those trains from?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, they can still be like 80s, 90s Lionel. They don't have to be vintage Lionel for them to sell. I know these tracks are brand new because they still got the price stickers where they went to a hobby store and bought them, and the barcodes are still on the backs of them and stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, it doesn't have to be vintage, but vintage is good, but even the newer stuff is good. Now, I'll start this off. Pathetic sale of the week is, those wooden knife blocks that you put your steak knives in that set on I sold one of those. Set on that thing forever. $4.50 plus $20 shipping.
Dang.
It's
Probably
heavy.
made more on the back end of shipping than
Yep,
what it cost.
I did. Yeah, that's my pathetic sale of the week. Who's got one?
Well, mine wasn't too terrible this week because it was something I got for free. You guys know, or anybody who watches my channel knows that I received a ton of free women's clothing from my sister-in-law and her daughter. And I sold a pair of jeans for $7 plus shipping. Shipping was $6.35. So they were free though, but that is my worst sale this week or last week.
Okay.
If we're going this week, I'm just gonna go with the sale I just got while we were recording. I sold a Lion King plushie for $6, but I charged shipping, so it wasn't like $6 shipping, so it's not bad. It's actually an item that I just ended and sold similar today. I dropped the price down because it's been sitting a while. I had a $9.99, dropped it to $6.
It works, y'all.
Yep.
Any plushie that doesn't sell during the summer is going on whatnot.
Speaking of plushies, really quick,
And
I
you'll
have
make
this sleeping Pikachu that I've been just sitting on, and I saw it at Target the other day for $38 freaking dollars, and I paid 50 cents for it somewhere.
Yeah,
but it's huge. It's like a 24-inch Pikachu. He's sleeping or whatever.
Like a pillow, like a pet, like a
Target
pillow one.
Without repeats.
It's not new though. It's not new with tags. I'm just saying I saw it at Target for $38.
No questions asked. $38 for free.
It's not.
Or
It's not.
50 cents.
That's Walmart. I think you're thinking of.
Oh,
These diapers already got poop in them.
All right, Archie, what's your pathetic sale?
Mine's the same thing that I always do. It's a laser disc because I have them all at $2.24. But I think I charge like $4.99 for shipping. So I'll usually make about 75 cents to a buck on that. But yeah,
how much do they weigh?
Can't be a whole lot, right?
Well, if it's just one laser disc, I can usually get it to about 15 ounces. But if there's two, it's going to be 2 pounds. But
why don't you just put them all at 3 pounds to make a little bit extra off shipping? Because it's medium L.
Maybe people wouldn't buy it then, and then I'd sit on them even longer. I mean, that's why I took them all the way down to $2.24.
Do those fit in those record boxes?
No. It's so just so you know, that's not a good idea to buy those record boxes because if you price them out, they're like $1.60 each.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. So what I do is
using them all the time, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, what I do is I just get I get all my boxes and everything for free. I mean, I have so many people that I've met off of like OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. Now they'll text me or they'll message me and just be like, "Hey, I got boxes," so I go get them. So I have boxes for days. So I'll just cut boxes. Like today when I shipped out that Nero record. Now that one was $100 record, so I was a little more careful. I did do some bubble wrapping and stuff like that, but I just put it between two cardboards, tape it up so that it's nice and sturdy, and then I just put it in a poly. That's all I do. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'd do. And like you said, if I had a higher dollar item like that Nero album, I'd put a little more care into it. But yeah, I'm the same way. I sell a ton of. I bought out a Star Wars action figure collection earlier last year, and a lot of them, they're not high dollar ones. So I just take every time I resize a box, I keep the cutoffs, and I use those to protect stuff in poly bags. and that's what I do with my action figures. They're all new sealed, but I still don't want them to get crushed. So I'll bubble wrap them and then put those cutoffs in there. Do the same thing, polybag, and never had a negative feedback.
Why would they get crushed?
Because the U.S. Postal Service doesn't care about your packages, Archie.
That's right.
Mhm.
How does something get crushed? How does it get crusty?
Crushed.
Crushed.
Oh,
I got a crush
Oh
on
my
you.
I really was not trying to be facetious on that. I really thought you said crust. I mean, like, crust how?
No,
You were
Wow,
serious? I thought you were poking fun like you always do.
I think I got crust on the brain.
How does it get crusty? How does it get crusty, Shane?
Look, this got returned.
Guys, in the comments, who else thought you said crust?
It was in perfect condition when I shipped it off. Now it's crushed.
That's
It's
one
like-
crusty
Listen.
Pokemon.
I know Rod won't be listening to this, but Rod with Picking and Punching, if you ever hear him say sold, he always says sewed. And I'm like,
So does Chris, old school
I
picker. He
so.
says that.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sewed.
he's
Oh, man. I got tears in
miss
my
that.
eyes.
I miss that mug.
the
I
two
miss
Chris.
pickers.
I miss Chris. But yeah, post office, they don't care. When I went in there, when I went in there this morning, there must have been some eBayers that got there before me because their counter was stacked high. You know,
That's
because a
how
lot of
mine
them just,
was today too.
yeah, they were stacked. And they were
literally
scanning,
had
they
to
were
get
waiting.
on my
Yeah, they
tiptoes
were.
to put my packages on top.
This
I go to
this girl behind the counter was scanning them and literally tossing them over into this big bin, just like a basketball. Boom, boom. That's how crap
seen
gets
them.
damaged.
If you have fragile and then they grab my box of books and just throw it, and then your stuff's getting crushed.
And I don't know if it's that way where you guys live, but you know, our mail carriers, you live in the county like where I do, they're rural carriers, you know, which means they don't drive a post office van and they don't wear uniforms. They're wearing their street clothes, driving in their regular cars, and they have to pack that thing like sardines so stuff gets crushed.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, they're contractors. They don't care.
Yeah.
But neither does USPS. I mean, they're all unionized, so they don't care. But see, I have a guy that, I mean, I have his personal number. So what I do is I just send him a thumbs up every time I have packages. And I know that he takes care of them because I take care of him. But
With
once they get past him, who knows what happens?
Yeah. Shane, how was your show with Matt's Profit Pursuit?
It was pretty good. We talked a good bit. J Rod Flips came on, hung out with us for a while, and Rachel Strickland came in, and then at the end of my show, Rachel was going live, so my entire show kind of rated her show, which she was awesome enough to reach out to me today and thank me for, bringing her a ton of new viewers. So yeah, it was pretty good, man. We had a good time together, all of us.
Good.
The chat was fired up. I had more people in that show than I have in any other show, so it was really good.
Good. We need to give Matt a shout out. You know, for those of you that don't know Matt's channel, Matt's Profit Pursuit, he did bust over 1,000. So congratulations to you, Matt.
Yes, sir.
That's very well deserved. We're proud of you. You know, hey guys, to be fair, I invited Matt to join us in this episode, but because of schedule conflict, he couldn't. So I said, well, your butt's out until 2025 then. Because we've got a full slate, man. You're shelved. All right. We gave you that shot. It's done.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
Matt's kind of like me as a full-time job. He's on the West Coast, like.
Well, he's got 7 kids, dude.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. He's raising his own freaking little league baseball team, like
right there in his
busy
house.
man.
He's raising a baseball team in his house. You know,
For sure, he's a busy dude. But I love Matt to death. I love his channel. He's a good dude, and I'm super stoked he finally hit that 1,000. And looking forward to see what he does this year. I keep forgetting this year already.
Yeah.
And who else with 1,000?
Primo Chemo.
Yes! Congratulations, Primo. Primo and Stan.
Primo hit 1,000, but
Wait,
Obviously, Archie did as well.
I
but
did.
I wanted to throw Primo out there
Let's do
first.
the dance. Let's do the dance for Archie. Come on. Hit it
I
down.
don't
Yeah, baby. I want. Oh, yeah.
now we need to get Alex there.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Y'all go subscribe to Alex, Beard King Picker. Out.
Yes.
Into
I
there,
lost
Archie.
2 subscribers.
Nobody subscribe to us anymore. Only Beard.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, don't
Nah,
subscribe to me until I put out another video. Give it
I'm
all
kidding.
to Beard.
Listen, guys, when you're over 1,000, as you know, when you're building a channel, once you hit that 1,000 mark, it's all about watch hours now. That's what we're chasing. And either people like us or they don't. So you can't beg people to watch you. If they don't like you, they ain't going to watch it. You know what I mean? So, but we'd appreciate it if you did. Rocky Top Picker channel, Soda City Flips, Beard King Picker, Biscuit Butt. All of us have individual YouTube channels. We would appreciate your love and support. Even if you just give us a comment and a thumbs up to a video, that helps us too. If you don't want to hit the sub button, but we'd appreciate all the support. We do this
so long.
We all do this. We share our time, and not that we know it all, because we certainly don't, but we share our time here to maybe somebody gets something out of what one of us says, not only here, but on our individual channels. And if it helps you in your business, that's why we're here. That's why we do that. So we'd appreciate it. Guys, What are we going to talk about? We're rolled over an hour and we're about to the end of our agenda. We could do a free for all if you want to. This is not karaoke time, man.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
I'll tell you what. Hey, we didn't even talk about New Year's. What exciting things did we do to bring in the new year? How about that?
I tried to sleep, but it was a war zone here, so I couldn't sleep.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Okay. How about your
going off in my neighborhood?
Everybody has dogs here, right? Did you guys just dog freak out?
Mine usually does, but he was pretty chill this year.
Yeah, my dog didn't bark at all. I was like, is he dead?
You could tell.
I was upstairs. He was downstairs. He's just not barking.
You could tell Riley didn't like it, but he was. I don't know if he just remembers 4th of July, and he's like, "Oh yeah, nothing happens. It's just scary." So he was much chiller than normal.
Well, this is my first time with these two dogs. Because I just got them like 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and it's a father-son, and they're Chihuahuas, but the dad was like trying to, like, every time he heard it, he was barking, like he was like he really wanted whatever was going off. And the baby, which he's not really a baby, he's 3 years old, but he's only like 3.5, 4 pounds, but he was scared to death, and he just would not leave my side. He was burying himself inside of me. He was literally like, I was sitting down in the chair, and he was literally coming up right here and just sitting right here and just putting his face up against mine. I mean, I felt so bad. And then we went to bed, it's still going all night. And the poor thing just buried underneath me.
I can't remember what they're called, Archie, but they make these little like comfort jackets that they can wear that's supposed to help with that anxiety during fireworks and stuff.
Ben?
Yeah.
That's not a joke. That's a real thing.
What are you laughing about?
What they're called.
Smart ass comment do you have, Ben?
I was just thinking, you may not want me to tell it, Archie, but it's so funny.
What? Oh, when I was talking to you on the phone?
Yes.
Look, this one's trying to infiltrate you see his ears?
Just go ahead. You're going to have to tell him. Just tell him. Just tell him, dude. Tell him what happened, man, when we were on the phone with the dog. Go ahead.
I was on the phone with him. I was on the phone with Ben, and I had just let the dogs out, and while I'm talking with Ben, they come back in the house, and I'm starting to pet this one, and I just smell something that is just hideous, and I mean, it's like worse. Like, it's not poo that I've ever heard. I'm like, what the heck? And I look down at the one who's right here trying to infiltrate, and he's got crap all over his neck. I have no idea how it's even there, but I was petting him, and I look at my hand, And I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God. And Ben's like, what? And I'm like, oh my God, the dog has poo all over his neck and it's all over me.
But that's not what he said.
What did I say?
You didn't say poop. You said,
Well, of course.
Yeah, I could imagine.
he got
the
on.
things that
Listen,
were
guys.
flying
He
out
got
of
off.
your mouth.
He got off the phone with me in a panic. It was so funny.
Oh, want that stuff all over your hands. And then not only that, now I'm looking everywhere in the house like, okay, where is it? I had no idea where he even got like how underneath his chin. It makes no sense. Like
You ever
it's
seen
nowhere
them
else on
roll
him.
around in the yard?
The little again, I have no idea. Like where? And it was fresh.
The
And
other dog did it. He rolled in it.
it was like the
Ben's
worst
having the time of his life.
Oh, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was.
No, we hung out here at the house. Watched movies, hung out. I did eBay, YouTube stuff. My wife and stepdaughter watched, I guess, one of their favorite shows, not movie, because they're not cool enough to watch the 80s movies, but the Teen Wolf TV show apparently MTV puts out is now on Amazon. So they were watching that, but it's not the Michael J. Fox that we all grew up and loved, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I watched the best of the Resellers Locker Room podcast with my family.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say you watched that with the family.
Yep.
We appreciate you, Alex.
Did they like it? Like, were they like, Daddy, that's you?
Zoe thought a lot of the edits were pretty funny when you edited the farts in there and the dinosaur sound. And my mom did not appreciate when I said that she couldn't figure out how to get on YouTube to watch the show. She heard that. She's like, what? I heard that. She was mad.
She didn't like that, did she?
No.
That's funny.
She was like in the kitchen doing something, like grabbing something to eat, like popcorn. And then she like turned around when that happened. It's funny.
Oh, goodness sakes.
It took me forever to try to figure out how to bleep out when I did the cutaway to Shane. You know, when the first time, or when you made the video of coming onto the podcast. You guys remember when I spliced that in?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, F it. Like that probably took me the longest, like, because I had to find exactly that right spot to cut it out between that little, like literally milliseconds, and then cut the sound out so that I can put, and then I had to find that exact same splice just to put the beep sound.
Wow.
And I do, just for the record, I don't curse like that in my videos. I just, for whatever reason, it had to be in that video. For whatever reason, I was like, this video is not complete without dropping the F-bomb. So I did it. So apologies to anybody who saw that.
No, nobody.
No, man. The funniest part to me, Archie, is when you added that guzzling sound effect when Alex started guzzling his tea jug. That was awesome. Because somebody was saying something smart ass, and then all of a sudden Alex is going, go, 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 go. That's great, man. Loved it.
I had to put that in the first time we noticed him taking a swig out of that. That was classic.
Man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, we've got a lot of good moments on that last year on those first 15. And again, if you haven't seen it, you need to go back and watch it. It's right here on this channel. We'd appreciate it if you do. And
absolutely.
Just go back and watch them all.
Yeah, we'll just go back and watch them all from start to finish. That's actually what we prefer, if you want to know the truth. Just go binge watch every one of them. That's what we want. But so I went to the Moose Club for my New Year's and had an excellent band.
Tied one on, did you?
I'm telling you what, guys, listen, for what they gave us, it was only $15 a person. We had a full spread breakfast buffet at midnight. Just that buffet alone was worth the $15. And
$15 with the senior discount.
Well, you know, I don't know, but the band played at 8 and they went all the way to 1 a.m. And man,
nice.
it was a good time. I mean, there was about 70, 75 people there. Wasn't too crowded, but because, you know, it ain't fun if it's all packed and you can't even move around. and
Yeah.
had a balloon drop and all that. It was really cool. So that's quite starkly different from how I spent my New Year's previously. I spent it sitting here at the house by myself, which kind of sucks. So I was glad to be able to have the opportunity to go to that event. So
Yeah, man. I think I was in bed by 10 o'clock.
well, I'm surprised I didn't blow your all's phones up after it was over, because
I was waiting.
dude, I got home at like 2 a.m. So anyway, well, guys, y'all have anything else you want to add? This is episode 16, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you being with us. Y'all have any parting words as we pursue 2024?
I think we might as well go ahead and put out Greatest Hits 2024.
Yeah.
Next
Can I do
episode.
it after this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, next episode.
I think we should do the best of every 6 months. So next year you don't have to edit that long, Archie. You just do it 2. So
Let's just do it every 10.
6 months. Every 10.
Every 10. That sounds good.
10 weeks, I meant to say.
I just want to. I want to thank everyone that. And thanks for coming back this year.
Wait, was that? We didn't hear you. Did you do that on purpose?
I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening.
You did that on purpose? Oh,
All right.
No, I didn't. Wait. I got to. I'm trying to say something.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Never mind. Thank you. That's it.
All right.
I was just thanking everyone. Jeez.
Guys, thank you guys so much. Gentlemen, thank you all for joining me here in the locker room. As always, guys, I can't wait to put together more episodes with you three in 2024. You, the watcher, give this video a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We love to hear from each and every single one of you. Hey, and if we're the best podcast, leave it down in the comments and tell somebody you know. And remember, if you don't list it, you can't sell it.
Oh.